How we doing? Today is, of course, day 16 post-op from my mini gastric bypass surgery. Just over the 2-week mark, and I thought I would share something today with you that blew my mind when I learned it. Okay, now I did learn this a while ago, but it was actually something that I was reminded about over the last couple of days, and I thought I really need to share this, because I certainly didn't know it before I went looking. Now, as we know, over the past month, I have lost just over 10 kilos, between 10 and 11 kilos, okay? Now, when your body loses weight, have you ever stopped to think about how your body actually rids itself of that weight? Like, you know, do you wee it all out? Do you poo it all out? How does it come out, right? So I did some research because this interested me, because that's the kind of nerdy brain that I have going on here. So yeah, I Googled, how does your body actually expel the weight that you are losing? And this will blow your mind if you didn't already know this. If you know, throw it into the comments down below. Interested to know who already knows this. But when your body burns off weight or loses weight, expels some of its fat, stores, anything like that, there are two byproducts that are created: carbon dioxide and water vapor. And it is those leaving your body that allow you to lose the weight. So a little bit of that water vapor will come out by way of sweat, a little bit in the urine. But really, the absolute vast majority of when you lose weight, the way that it loses your body is actually out your mouth. You breathe out the carbon dioxide and you breathe out the water vapor. So literally, over the past month, I have just gone between 10 and 11 kgs out of my mouth. Like, isn't that insane? I found that really insane. So it actually comes out in carbon dioxide and water vapor, the vast majority of which comes out in your breath. I don't know, that was just something that blew my mind. It wasn't something I ever knew. I guess I'd kind of assumed that when you lost weight it was going to come out down the toilet, so to speak. Turns out, no, it doesn't. So that's odd. There's a fun little fact for you to do at your next trivia night. But check in with me. Definitely noticed over the last couple of days, emotionally struggling, mental health struggling, just feeling really blah, really flat. I wouldn't say that I'm depressed, or I wouldn't say that I'm highly anxious about anything, but just feeling really flat. And again, this comes as no surprise. I'm having very minimal calories going in at this stage. Although I sprung for takeaways again for me and my boy tonight. So I went back to the old trusty Subway mozzarella melt pot thing, and I managed to down half of that tonight. Whereas, was it last week? Must have been last week. I only got through a third of it. So suddenly my $3.50 for 3 meals has gone to $3.50 for 2. Still winning, but my quantities are increasing. But yeah, still getting absolute minimal calories in. So my body's pretty just generally exhausted anyway. I'm still having naps most days, having my little nana nap on the couch with the dog and the blanket. And we all know that exhaustion and stuff like that affects your mood, right? Also pain, still having the odd sort of twinges of pain, which doesn't help depression whatsoever at all. And the magical week 3, which everyone warned me about. Week 3 would be when the emotions would be at their highest in terms of you're most likely to struggle. So I'm definitely noticing that that is true for me this week. Like I say, I wouldn't say I'm overly depressed, wouldn't say I'm overly anxious, just feeling very flat. Just, yeah. just in one of those spaces. But I am thankful that my anxiety is not through the roof. Of course, we all know what's going on in our very own neighbourhoods right now with Omicron. Numbers are increasing. Numbers are increasing at my boys' school. So certainly know that's around, but feeling much more manageable around that at the moment. Now that the surgeon really put my fears to ease with that, and that I've gone past that 2-week mark. But yeah, just finding life a bit flat at the moment is probably the best way I've got to describe that. But otherwise, I'm doing the good at this end. Another good news to report. The constipation seems to have solved itself. I think we're good in that department. New Zealand's most famous poo is away. So I think we are good there at last. And I finally feel like I'm getting some of the tightness and stuff from my stomach going down as well, which is making me a lot more comfortable, which is great. But otherwise, I'm still just trucking along, still fighting to get my 1.5 litres of liquid into me a day, still struggling with that a little bit. Having my 3 meals, 3 little baby mini meals. Otherwise, we are all good. Again, thank you so much to everybody for the amazing comments, especially yesterday when I popped up the face-to-face comparisons and also my measurements. Of course, 1 month between those measurements. Really, honestly appreciate you all so much. Your support on this journey over the last month has been invaluable, more than you'll ever honestly realize. You have been my sounding board, you have been my cheering squad. Yeah, really, truly, honestly appreciate all of the support. It does mean the absolute world to me. So that's it for tonight. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. But just, yeah, remember, next time you lose weight, it all comes out your mouth, honey. That's where it all comes from. How weird is that?